Let me ask you a question. Have you ever been in a situation where you had a problem, you thought you had the solution, you implemented the solution and found out that it wasn't enough? Well, that's exactly what happened with us at Spartan. If you remember back January of this year, we told you how we were going to turn into a complete player development program and not just a skills program. And that's actually what has happened, and it's done a wonderful thing. However, there's some things that we're finding are falling short, that not so much when players are in the gym with us, but more the elements that happen outside of the gym. And so we have another problem. And it's a problem we're going to fix. I want to talk about it for a second. The things that we're finding players are really starting to struggle with are, one, the accountability. You know, there's some things in place that we do right now that encourages and motivates or kind of helps the player organize what they're going to do outside of the gym with us. But at the same time, it's not to the level where they're working as consistently as they need to. The other element was mental performance. You know, we had a gentleman named by the name of Justin Sua that came around for a while. Unfortunately, some great job opportunities opened up to him, and he had to go out of state. But we want to keep adding that element, especially with younger players. Just to get them to understanding the importance of mental performance and get the basics within their system, and then also for our high-level players to compete at that high level. Okay, self-analysis. So many players don't understand how to take ownership of their game. You ask them, what do you do well? Or what are your weaknesses? Well, or everything's bad, or everything's even. And that's not the truth. Everybody has strengths and weaknesses, and players got to be able to assess that, as well as tracking their progress. Everybody's going game by game to track their progress, and you can do that to some degree, but think about it. Even great players have bad games. So if that's the case, there's got to be a better way to really track progress and see if you're getting better. And then this is another one that was kind of an epiphany to me a little bit here, but I want to evolve the relationship between the high school coaches, when that's from player to coach, and also from trainer to coach, and also the club coaches. You know, if we're doing stuff, working on certain elements of the player's game, that coach should know what's happening. So these are all things that we're realizing are a void in the way things are being taught. And I think we're doing a great job, and we're getting great results with our players. I mean, you look at all the players we've got now that are pro college, starting varsity, or just making their teams in general if they're lower in age and grade. But we want to take it to the next step. We always have, and we always will. So that's when I kind of had a light bulb, and I said, all of this can happen. All of this can happen within what Spartan does. I just knew that I didn't have all the answers of how to make that happen. So what I do, I went all the way to Idaho. I know that sounds funny, like, why would you go to Idaho? And I got asked that a million times as I went to Idaho. But there's a gentleman there who's a mentor to me, and he's amazing at building systems and programs and things of that nature that deal a lot with how we could build this. And so I had to go get some answers. Just as you guys come to us for answers on basketball, I had to go get these program answers from a gentleman in Idaho. And it was the best thing that ever happened to me, because it was actually like a small convention. And so I got the answers from him, but I also got the chance to mastermind with a lot of other people who are doing things similar to us. And so it actually made it better. So anyways, you're kind of like, well, let's get to the point, Tim. Okay, well, I had to give you that first, right? What's next? Well, here's what's next. Right now, and it's going to take a few weeks, maybe even a month for some of this to happen, but we are putting in place all of these systems. Some of these are already done. We just don't want to release it until we've got the rest of it done. But we are talking systems, software, accountability actions that are going to be in place that are now going to encompass all of that. Players are going to be held even more accountable for their home workouts. We are introducing a mental performance component to the whole situation here. Self-analysis after each and every game or tournament, if it's the club season, is going to be available. And we're creating a software where players can actually go in and create a profile and track their progress through their workouts, as well as see where they rank with everybody else in the system, which is pretty cool. Okay, and then we're going to evolve the relationships with these coaches. We're going to teach the players how to evolve the relationship, so they go in and they're active with that. And then us personally are going to reach out to these coaches and build that relationship. And so everybody's in the loop of what's going on, and everybody's together building the player instead of the trainer over here, the kid over here, and the coach over here. Okay? So all of that's coming into play. Now, granted, we can't just pop up with this tomorrow. You know, we just got some of these systems and ideas last week, but they are aggressively being produced. Our goal is probably early to mid-July. Everything's going to be cranking in that realm. The thing that we are going to do to make the system a lot more stronger in how we train, especially from the skill development, is now what we call a 5-point scoring system, okay? And it's not really software, it's more of a curriculum. So we feel that there's 5 elements to scoring that every player must master to be a high scorer at any level. Any level. This is things that we've studied from the pros, high-level college players, to everything down, and we figured out these are the 5 elements that are going to help a player become a scoring machine, right? Who doesn't want to be a scoring machine? And we're integrating them into all of our camps. So the thing that you really need to do right now is you need to find the link on this page, because that's going to lead you to the shooting boot camp that we're starting on June 9th. And that's the very first start of where you want to get involved. Because look, all this is good, don't get me wrong, but let's be realistic. The number one thing that matters is getting in the gym with us, getting the training, getting this down, understanding this, and getting the reps. So when they get home or they get in their gym where they work out, then we can incorporate all this. So you got to get in the gym with us. You got to commit to this summer with us, because it's going to be the best summer ever for anybody who's in the program. And I can promise you that. So June 9th, shooting boot camp, you need to be there. Icing on the cake, we don't have a finalized word on who yet, which player, waiting on the team. It is season time. Sometimes it can be hard to match schedules. But we are going to have a San Antonio Star, formerly known as the Silver Stars, WNBA team, at the camp with us. And you know, if you've ever been to any of our pro camps, it's not sign, meet and greet. We do take the picture, we do the autograph, but the majority of their time there is spent on teaching the game through their eyes. And it's something that's been one of the most impactful ways of elements of training that we have done within our camps, and it's just completely changed things. So if you want to get immersed in one of the points of the scoring on June 9th, which is shooting, we all need to know how to shoot, right? Shooting gets you playing time. So with a San Antonio Star, you need to click the link on this page, and you need to get in the gym with us. We are filling up fast, and I can promise you the day that we do release who that is, camp's going to be full. And so you just be smart to reserve your spot now. Don't put it off so you forget and all that good stuff. Just knock it out now. Get to the link, and let's get you to camp.